Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. So you may already be using Microsoft Teams or are completely new to it and have never seen it before. It's used as a communication, collaboration and content tool and can be managed on multiple platforms, either via a web browser, mobile app or desktop application. With more people working from home now, it's a great tool that allows you to still carry on business as usual without needing to be in the same room. There are several features available, but for this session, I will be focusing on the chat feature. I've recorded the first part of this session on my iPad, but we'll continue the rest of the session using the desktop version for my demonstration. And that's the great thing about this application. We quite often have to send engineers on client visits, but they can still pick up chat messages, make internal calls and attend meetings wherever they are. So one thing to bear in mind is that you actually do need to have the proper Office 365 license that supports Microsoft Teams within your organisation, and if Computer Care do provide your IT support, we can of course advise you on this. So using Microsoft Teams, as I say, to record this session, so let's have a look.
So when you first open the chat feature within Microsoft Teams, you'll see the option will be on the left-hand side along with lots of other functions, but the main one that we're looking at, as I said before, is just the chat feature. So when you open up this option, it will take you straight into the recent chats that you may have had, or any meetings that you've had. So in order to create a new chat with somebody, you can click on the little pencil icon at the top. It's quite subtle, and it will create a new session for you. Then enter in their email address, and as soon as you hit enter, it will create the chat with that person. So for the purpose of this, I've got a test account that I will be using. You'll see at the bottom there's a field that will allow you to start typing your new message. When you start typing and hit enter, that message will then be sent to that individual. You can also use arrow to the right hand side to send your message as well. So the good thing also about the chat feature is that it will show the individual's presence. For example, if they're offline, if they are in a meeting, or if they're available, it will just change the colour of the icon that is on that particular person's profile icon. The other option you have is to create group chats, and this is a really good way of communicating with lots of people at the same time. The way to create a group chat is by creating a new message as you did before, by clicking on the little pencil at the top and start typing the people that you want to include in your group. So I'm going to add my test account, and also I'll add in Simon as well. Once you've got your names of the people in your group, click on the downward arrow to the right hand side, and then that will give you the option to create a group name. So once you've given it a name, go back to where you entered the names of the people that you wanted to include in the group, hit enter, and it will create the group chat for you. The other thing as well, you can add people at a later date within this group chat. To the right hand side, you'll see the participants icon, and that will give you the list of the people currently within this group chat. If you click on add people, you can again enter their name, email address, or a tag. Now a tag is something that's created by the team owner, and a really quick way of notifying a group of people in one go. So for example, if a marketing manager wants to start a group chat with all of their designers, you'd create a tag called designers and add specific people to that and tag those people, and then as soon as you search for that designers tag within this field, it will then add all the people that have been tagged. The other option as well is that you can then click back to those people and do your individual chats with them. Within our individual chat options, we can do a number of things on the left-hand side. So next to your actual chat, there are 3 dots. If you click on that, that will give you several options here, one of which is that you can pin your chat with a specific person to the top, and that will just give you easy access and quick access to that particular individual. You've got the option to mute the chat, so if you don't want to keep receiving lots of notifications, you can use that feature. If you want to go back to a chat because we want it as a reminder to prompt you to go back and respond, you can mark it as unread. If, say, for instance, the person that you're trying to get in touch with has gone off away from their screen or isn't available, you can choose to be notified when they are available, and you've also got the option to add them to your favorites. So by doing that, that will add them into your contacts. So within the contacts area of the chat, this basically allows you to organize all of your contacts from within your organization that are already part of Teams. You can't currently import contacts from outside of your organization, unfortunately, but it's just a really good way of sort of separating maybe your different departments, and they're added on an individual basis. So if you need to create a new group, you go down to the bottom of the screen and select the create a contact group option. I'm going to create another test group and add a couple of more people in there. So if you click on the 3 little dots, that will give you the options available to add a contact to this group. So I shall add in Simon. And why not add another one? Let's add Scott. And once you've created your groups, it's really handy because you can actually go back to previous chats that you've had with those people. So if for any reason the chat has been discarded because it's no longer needed, you can get back to that person's conversation again really quickly through the contacts, and you just click on their name, and you've probably noticed on the right hand side the most recent chat that you were having will be showing on the right as well. So what can we actually do within the chat window? There are a number of features along the bottom of the message field that we will go through. So the first option is the formatting tool. So if you click on the little A icon down the bottom, you'll notice that another expanded window will show, and this is a bit like if you're doing formatting within Word document, you can change the look of the text and also change some of the other features as well within here. So I can make it bold, I can increase the size of the text, anything you would expect, really, similar to sort of a Word document, like I say. There's also other options available. So if you click on the 3 little dots, it will give you options to insert tables, coding, that sort of thing. So same principle. If you do a bit of text and then click on the send arrow, I'll then send that message in the format that you've just designed it in. Option along is the set delivery options. This essentially gives you the ability to make a message more important, and also gives you the option to ensure that the person that's received the message definitely responds. So if, for instance, I wanted to get whoever I'm messaging to contact me, and if they haven't seen it, you can set a priority level as urgent, and they will be notified every 2 minutes and 20 seconds. You can see there it just gives that notification its own urgency flag, if you like. Next option along allows you to send attachments to your recipient. So if you click on the paperclip icon, it will give you the option to upload from your computer, or if you use OneDrive, you can choose that. So for this, I'm going to just upload it from my computer. As you double tap, it will add that attachment into your message field, and you can type a message as well. This is the document. As soon as you hit send, it will then put it also into the files section of this chat. So it's easy to retrieve it at a later date. This is purely the attachments for this chat only. So it's almost like like sending an email. It's a copy of that document, and it stores it at the back end using SharePoint. A couple of fun little options next. You can attach emojis. So click on the emoji icon, and it will give you a selection of different emojis that you can then send on to your recipient. So just do a little laughy face. And again, if you hit enter, it will send that to your recipient. The next option along is that you can send GIFs. So click on the little GIF icon, do a search, and you can also add a message. And send that over to your recipient as well. The fun little feature is you can send stickers. So click on the sticker icon, and it will give you a library of different stickers that you can choose from. You can change the text. And then as soon as you hit done, it will send that sticker to that recipient. You may have noticed that when you hover over the different chats that you've sent to your recipient, it gives you these reaction buttons. They're quite fun. So as soon as you tap that, it's a bit like sort of Facebook. It will give you the number of reactions. So if you're in your group chat and there's lots of people that are responding, it's quite a fun way of reacting to various posts. Next option along is that you can schedule a meeting quickly within the chat window. So if you click on the little calendar icon, it will bring up a new meeting window. I won't go too much into detail about the meeting creation side of Teams in this session, but it's just there is that option to do that within the chat window itself. And I could at this point add other people, so you can do as you would expect if you're familiar with creating meetings within Outlook. Same principle. And as you hit send, to the recipient's calendar. And then as soon as that meeting occurs, it will then allow them to connect to Teams automatically. Another little feature that I really like is this praise option. So if you're wanting to send a bit of recognition to a colleague because they've done a really good job, you can send them these badges. So it's just a nice little touch. You can send a little personalised message. Well done for. Nice little bit of appreciation. So there are a couple of features that I haven't gone through with you today. There's this option called Stream. So all of the videos that I've shown you today will go onto my own stream site, if you like. So a bit like YouTube, it will save all the videos against my stream profile account, so I can then share them out to individuals or publish them for the world to see. So that's quite a handy little feature that's inbuilt with the Microsoft environment automatically as part of your license that you get. You can also add additional apps to the bar at the bottom, so you can just search for more apps within the store. You can see there's hundreds and hundreds of them there. Another little feature that I find quite handy when I am working within Microsoft Teams is you can go back to your previous screen you were working on, just on these arrows at the top left hand corner. Also within the chat window, if you're in the middle of a chat conversation and you wanted to have an instant meeting, you could do a video call straight away, or you can ring them internally, of course, and then you can share your screen as well. So this is what I've been doing throughout this whole session. So that is the basics of the chat window. There are lots of other features that I won't go into today, but this is just giving you a bit of an overview of how to use the chat feature. Thanks again for joining me today. Hopefully you found it useful. Keep a lookout for other features that we will be going through in future sessions. Take care. Bye bye.